Hey guys, just wanting to test audio and video. Let me know if it's sounding okay and if you can see me, and we will get started in a minute. Testing. Everything should be good. I tested it earlier, so hopefully you can hear and see everything okay. Awesome. Good stuff. Hey, Bill, are you still here? Let's see if he's here. All right, we're pretty much ready to go, I think. Hold on, one more thing. Okay, cool. Good to go. All right, can everyone hear me okay? Good to go. Okay, beauty. Okay, so event should be live in 5 minutes or less. I don't know what it is yet, but we've been crafting pretty much all day, and I haven't played, but I've stocked up a ton of stuff. And so I'm just gonna kind of do my normal routine when I log in for the evening to play, so you guys can see what that looks like. I take all my bins out and put it on my racks and just get ready to basically sell a ton. We're only 340 mil away from hitting 190 billion, so we'll hit that for sure tonight, and just kind of see what the event happens and go from there. So I've got enough to craft another round of items, and then once we finish that, then we'll start putting out all of our racks and put all of our tier 9s out and stuff. Also, as you can see, I've got over 1,000 items, so just in case this is like a really good money-making event, basically I stocked up, I spent about 2 billion gold today just on items and enchants, so we've got also full inventory of enchants, so we're pretty much ready to rock no matter what happens for this event. So I'm excited. It should be super. Looking forward to seeing what actually happens in terms of what the event is as well. So let's rush all these and we'll go from there. Also, of course, as usual, if you guys have any questions or whatever, just let me know and I'll do my best to fill you in. As you guys know from this morning, I got 6 new heroes, so been working on those quite a bit the last couple of days, and so I'll fill you guys in on all that stuff shortly as well. I didn't see Will talk again, but my snack for tonight, if you guys, are any of you guys Kiwis? Any of you from New Zealand? This is like my favorite chocolate ever. It's incredible. It's called Whittaker's. It's a factory just outside of Wellington in New Zealand. I used to live there for a year, and I mean, this chocolate is mind-blowing, and I got some of it, so probably gonna have some later. So good. Okay, so that's all of them rushed. I knew I'd run out. See, this is what I'm saying. Your tier 3 resources will run out, so I have enough to craft both of these items, but I don't have enough tier 3, but that's because I've been crafting like all day and I just don't have the resources for it, but it's not a huge deal. Let's enchant a bunch of items. So if you press the minus, it just does the maximum amount that you have available. Event should be here in 2 minutes, so we'll see what it is. Salut! Are you from French Canada or France? French. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that right now, about heroes and stuff. France, nice. I had to take French in school for 2 years in Canada, but I don't really remember much. Cool, so that's all of the items enchanted, so we'll fill up all the racks right now. Or fill in the ones that are available anyway. And then once we see what event happens, then we'll decide what we're going to do with all of our racks and stuff. Honestly, I've never thought about getting a max power hero, just because leaderboards don't really mean that much, but I'm definitely considering getting 3 of my heroes up to really good quality stuff, which I'll talk about in a minute. Almost there. I know this is the tedious part, but once this is done, then we can pretty much just sit here and sell a couple billion worth. But then you can actually see what I do when I log in. Okay, here we go. We'll see what it is tonight in a minute. Yeah, I saw those 2 epic skills, and I got 2 as well. I was like, wow, this is so crazy. We both rolled like so good. I've just got a ton of extra, so I've just been buying up keys if they show up. Yeah, piggy bank. So generally the event should be starting like any moment. I just want to know what it is before I switch everything, because if it's like a crazy crafting event, I don't want to. That's it? This is like the worst 2-day event. All it means is that components will be cheaper and it's easier to get them. That's lame. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna sell like crazy, so let's do it. I can't even craft anything else. Alright. So this is a bit tedious as well, but once we have this done, then it'll be easier for me to just like hang out, answer questions, talk heroes, whatever. I do this like every night when I log in, when I'm done crafting throughout the day. This is what I do to put all my racks and stuff out. So if you think this is tedious, trust me, I do it probably twice a day. Almost done. It's really annoying they switched how this works. So before, like, let's say, okay, I'll show you it this way. So since like this little slot is open for my next rack to go in, like the one right in the middle here, it used to just make the rack go sideways into that slot, but now it'll only drop one way. So I have to like rotate it 3 times and then put it in that little slot there. So it's really annoying because if there was a slot there, it used to just put the rack there. But like 2 weeks ago, for whatever reason, it changed. So the rack doesn't do that and it'll only go horizontal. I don't know why, if it's just a glitch or some changing of coding or whatever. I don't really know, but whatever. Sorry guys, I'm not even looking at chat right now. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as possible so we can actually get into stuff. I don't actually know how long this takes me. Should probably figure it out, but I don't think it's like crazy long. Just annoying. Okay, turn them all the right color. Okay, cool. I actually haven't been playing a ton in the last couple of days. Like I've just been like crafting and working on heroes and making videos and stuff. And actually trying to work on editing videos. Just trying to get better with different stuff. And so I've actually dropped a couple places in net worth from a couple days ago, but whatever. All good. Okay, cool. We're pretty much set. Other than one more thing, and then we'll get rolling. So I take all of these off of the back racks because customers can't actually access them, and then there's actually like items in stock. And then once the front ones sell, they'll just auto supply with these ones. Like these will just be sitting in my inventory, ready to sell. Hope that makes sense. So optimal customer flow, you need to have at least 145 items, I think it is. That's what they say anyway. So customers still come in. So once I sell some inventory, then like I'll fill these back ones with some random like tier 1 items so that customers continue to flow in. Okay, good enough for now. Let's chat. Cool. I don't know why you wouldn't see the event. That's weird. Yeah, the event should be live for everyone. Loot Frenzy. Yeah, we have a couple new guildmates now too. Which is cool. Alright, so let's look at my new heroes so I can show you guys. So this one is the one that we rolled in the video this morning. So we got 2 epic skills without re-rolling the second one. So this was crazy, and it took like 70 heroes just to get this. And then also we got like best in slot bow, fully enchanted and everything. So that it's crazy enough, it's level 27. It doesn't even have, well, basically a 3rd skill or a 4th skill, and it's my highest power hero, which is really stupid, but it is what it is. So funny. So that's that one. This one is the only, the gloves that give the highest attack right now. So I got legendary of those, and we'll enchant those soon. And then let me show you another one. So this one also rolled 2 epic skills off the start without me doing anything, which is, I mean, just nuts. And this one's pretty useless, so we'll end up re-rolling that eventually too. But so I decided that we're actually going to change up how we do composition for heroes. So I've talked about it lots before, but let me just explain it quick for any of you who haven't heard me talk about it. So I'm completely free to play. I've never spent a penny in the game, yes? So I don't have Royal Merchant, and the biggest difference there is that I can't repair equipment with gold. And so in the past, I've never put any money or time into like actually having really good gear for heroes. Like look at my average hero, it just says green gear, green gear, green gear, and it's even tier 7 enchants. Like nothing's good, and they're all the same, and they can finish most things in the game, so it's not a huge deal. But I do that because when something breaks, I can't just repair it, and so I lose that item. So I lose 1.2 million, 1.3 million per item, which sucks. And so now that there's new events coming out, and especially with the tower being so difficult, my thought is that I'm going to have 3 heroes that are actually really, really good and have like legendaries on them. And then I'm not going to use them all the time if I don't have the repair kits for it. But if I do, then I'll just be using them like whenever I need to. And then if I'm running low on repair kits, you know, I'll kind of tone it down a little bit. And then all the rest of my heroes will just stay kind of the same. And so I decided that the 3 heroes that I'm going to be kind of maxing or getting legendaries for, of course, is this one, which I added as a Astromancer, and it has attack on each one. So this one's going to probably be a huge damage dealer once I get weapons and stuff on it. And then it's going to be that double epic Berserker as well. And then let me show you guys the other ones that I rolled. So these 4 here at the bottom are also my 4 new heroes. So 2 more Berserkers and 2 more Dancers. And so they didn't get anything crazy. Like these just both have attack and some crit. And then this has really good skill and then axe as well, which, I mean, that just makes this axe ridiculous. And then attack evasion, attack crit, attack evasion, crit crit. So all of these skills are going to be helpful. They're not the best of the best. I didn't re-roll like ridiculous amount for these ones, but these are going to be like my normal heroes just with green tier 9s. And I'm going to be using them like I would any other hero. And then I'm going to have 3 that are going to be like totally decked out like my crazy, ridiculous heroes. So let's send them on quests. Purposefully, I saved them all so that I could send them all out right now. And we'll go from there. Have any of you guys ever been to New Zealand? I lived there for a year, and seriously, it was like an incredible place. I absolutely love it. That's a good question. I'll get to those in a sec. Okay, let's send these out and then I'll answer some stuff. So I've been sending out my like level 27 guys together like this, because they can do this hard, and then I can just add like really good XP boosters on it and like basically get up almost a whole level. So that's what I've been doing with those guys. And then the lower level ones I've been sending out to Kronos and adding like 1 Dancer and 1 Berserker together like this. And then depending on where they're at, medium or hard, then I'll add another one, and both those guys are going to level up now. So that's good. And then I'll do one more. 19. So the last one, hopefully get some decent damage in there. The thing is, like all my heroes are level 40 except for these 6 heroes. So me using all of these XP boosters right now, it actually just makes sense. Like I'm saving them for no reason. So I just use them just to get up free XP, which makes it nice. And then, oh, I forgot components. Oh, this is sweet. See, normally that's only like 18 to 40 something or whatever it is, 18 to 30. So nice, it's just free money. And all the components will come back a lot cheaper after this as well. So that's really nice. Also, another thing I've been doing, so if you guys notice, the chest prices have been crazy lately. I mentioned that last time we streamed. So they're all bought out. So I've been just doing like the quest for these and just trying to get some free chests just to get basically free gems out of it. I'm not going to do it now, but I've just been doing it a little bit just to test it out. But the sucky thing is that royal merchants get an extra item every single quest, which I can't claim. And it's just annoying because a lot of the time that item is a chest, so I can't even claim the chest. So I pretty much just do the quest for free. And if an item breaks, then I'm just losing money. So I don't know. I've been trying it, but it hasn't been like crazy productive. Okay, cool. All right. So duo squads, obviously I have no experience with it because I don't have any like really good heroes that can do it. Like my heroes require a champion and 3 of them to do the hardest one. A lot of people will say basically a damage dealer and a tank. I'm just not great with that stuff. Like I don't have a ton of experience with it. So, I mean, whatever the guys who talk about heroes a lot say is probably your best bet. Like I don't really know, honestly. But I'm kind of excited to have a few good heroes and be able to mess around with them and learn a lot more about heroes. Because I was even talking to a couple of people this week about heroes and like just asking questions. And there was actually so many things that I had no idea about. Like it was kind of pathetic, but it is what it is. All right, if I weren't free to play, would I be in the fight for #1 net worth? I would say no. A couple of reasons. One, I would say if I was not free to play or if I had Royal Merchant, I would say making money for me would be way easier. Like think about even Tower of Titans alone. 30 floors, an average of 10 tier 9s on each floor that I miss not being a royal merchant. So that's 300 tier 9s, even at, let's say 700k each or something. 700k times 300. Is that 210 mil that I missed out on? Yeah, 210 million just from that one event that I missed out on. And think about it. I do how many quests every single day? I miss out on all the royal merchant stuff. I miss out on all, like, so many things. And also because I'm not as efficient with my heroes, like doing quests and stuff. Like when you look in here, like obviously these are getting cheaper now, but normally like these ones are like 80 to 90k lately. And so because I'm not just able to get all my components from quests, because I'm not able to send out parties and get really good heroes, I have to buy all of my components myself. So honestly, I would say if I was Royal Merchant, my investments would be double. I know that sounds crazy, but seriously, the amount of money that I'm missing just by not having Royal Merchant is insane. So I have to come up with ways to make more money and be more efficient than pay-to-play players. Like, it's just the way that it is. And it sucks, but, I mean, it is. So, yeah. In terms of net worth, it doesn't change anything. Because net worth literally is just how much money goes through your shop. So if you think about it, they can't have more energy than me. Like, hold on, do we have a room? Yeah, let's go to max energy. So we store our last 3 chests. And we'll go to max energy right now, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Sorry, I just get OCD with the color. Okay, so this is the max energy that you can have in the game, 8,144. But a pay-to-play player can't have more energy than me. And so essentially, they can't sell faster than me. And a lot of people, I don't know why they do this, but look at leaderboards. Let's look at the #1 player, visit their shop. So this person basically has a bunch of tier 1s and then like Lux items that they're selling, like Lux gloves and this new chest. Like they're basically selling the highest value per item, but that takes 2 small talks. Even with max energy, that takes 2 small talks. And because they're crafting, like you could see them crafting, the most energy that they're going to have while crafting is like 7,000 instead of 8,000. So ultimately, I'm telling you, I'm able to sell faster than they are, sell through net worth faster than they are, because each small talk I'm getting through 2.2 million. And in theirs, if they get 2 successful small talks in a row, they can sell an item and they might get 3 million out of it. But I'm telling you, 2.2 million every single time is faster than 3 million half the time or less. You know what I mean? Like percentage wise, and the amount that I'm able to get through in the same amount of time that they are, I'm able to do it faster just because of the efficiency that I've built up and figured out how to get to. But the problem is, even if I can get through about 450 mil per hour if I'm just selling, or with Customer Frenzy 900 mil as we saw, the issue is that I don't have that much time to spend in the game. Like even if I sit here at nighttime and sell for 3 hours straight, which I don't normally get that much time in a day, so I can go through 1.2 billion a day, like in 3 hours. But if you look at this, like, okay, so the guy who's in 9th, I'm not going to try to say it. Yeah, no. I was within 500 mil of him 2 days ago, and I've still been selling for an hour or 2 a day, and he's now 4 billion up on me, which means that he's been playing like 8 hours a day and I've been playing 2 hours a day, and I just can't keep up with his speed. The guy in 10th is really slow, and I've been catching up to him over time, and I'll probably pass him this weekend. Well, I don't know how much time I'm actually going to have to spend, but I'm going to pass him soon probably. But the truth is, I bet you any money I'm more efficient at selling than this guy is. Like in an hour, I probably sell quicker than he does. Although he's crafting right now. And he has 2 of each bin out, so this guy only has 6k energy. And he's selling, okay, he's selling tier 9s. And I guess he has spears out as well. So those are going to cost over 1,000 energy. So yeah, I guarantee you my net worth goes up faster than him per hour, but the amount of time that he's able to spend in game is just larger than the amount of time that I'm able to spend in game, which means that he's going to beat me long term. So yeah, net worth is just efficiency times time. It has nothing to do with pay, but obviously investments and profit does. So hope that makes sense. Yes, South Island, so good, man. I love it. Yeah, so good. Yeah, a lot of people have asked me that, like, how have you played for a year without spending any money? How do you do it? Doesn't it drive you crazy? That sort of thing. And I'm like, honestly, at this point, like, sure, it does drive me crazy a little bit. I just want to talk about this for a sec too. But then again, it's also kind of a point of pride for me that I've never spent anything and I'm able to compete at a high level. And so for me right now, it's like I kind of want to get Royal Merchant. I really do, honestly. But then again, I can't say free to play. And I want to still be able to say I'm the highest ranked free to play player in the world. So I just don't do it. So that, I don't know, it might be a crutch to be honest, but also, I don't know, I kind of like it. So whatever. For now, it is what it is. But I do definitely want it sometimes. And even just to like be able to deck out heroes and repair with gold and just get the ascension shards from like the extra ones from events and stuff. Yeah, but so that green item I was talking about, a lot of people ask like, well, do you sell green items in your shop? Like, what are you doing? So look at this. So yeah, like I have 4 of these left. So I crafted these 4 and then just put on like a tier 7 enchant that I'm making money from. But it's just, I sell through these things so quickly. Like 4 items and I'll be out. So, I mean, yes, I sell anything that I don't get over double net worth from in the market, I sell in my shop, like from items that I craft, but I just sell through them so quickly that you almost never see them, especially when I'm making videos. So that's why you don't see them. Okay, so this guy says his duo is Spellblade and Samurai, Geomancer and Berserker. So yeah, a damage dealer and a tank basically. So that might be the way to do it. I just don't have experience with it. Okay, so for enchants, so there's 3 different tiers of enchants. If you go into crafting here, so here's a good example. So you have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So the first tier, so the Ember element here, is only going to give you +5 to your element, and then the tier 2 is going to give you +10, and the tier 3 is going to give you +15. And so depending on the tier that you put in an item is the amount that you get out of it. So let's look here at my character. And if you go to skills, you can see it. So here it says 60 out of 90. Like I have 60 total. So because these are all tier 2, they give me +10. Like you can see the +10 water there. So 10 times 60 is obviously, or 6 times 10 is obviously 60. So in each of these, this says 60 out of 70. That's max, that's max, that's max. So these are bad examples. 60 out of 65. I think when you get to more rare skills, there you go, 60 out of 90. So in order for me to have the next upgrade for this one, so an extra 25% attack and 5% defense, I would need to have all tier 3 enchants. So rather than this being there, we would need to get the tier 3 version. So 1.4 million, this one, instead of the one that I have, which is this one, which is so a fifth of the price, basically for 5 more. But if I did that, okay, so I didn't replace it. But if I did that, then obviously my skills would be a little bit better. Also, so you see here, requires 60 out of 90. It says I can use any element in there, and that's just because this is a spell blade. But if you go to like other types, like if you go to Berserker and skills, this says 40 out of 90 fire. So these ones only fire works, but in the spell blades, any element works. So that's a lot of the reason why people like spell blades, because you can use any element to enchant gear and it still increases the effectiveness of your skills. So certain ones will need a certain element with them. So let's go here. So this one needs the wind type to get that one up. So that's basically what that means. I hope that makes sense. And I was really hoping for a good event this weekend. That sucks. Like, that's one of the worst weekend ones. But I think the reason why it's like that is because last week we had that 8 days in a row of events, because it was the top 4 events that people voted on as like the most popular, the ones that they enjoyed. So a lot of the less popular events haven't happened for a long time, so they have to rerun those ones. So it makes sense. Yeah, so all the same color will add +5 if it's the tier 1 element, but when you go up tiers, then that's what adds the extra. Okay, so do I buy items from the market? Let's talk about that. So as you can see, I'm crafting items here, obviously. But even if I crafted the entire day, and I craft, let's say, 200 tier 9 items, I'm able to sell through 200 tier 9 items in an hour. So if I'm sitting down, if I craft an entire day, I'm able to sell through all those items in an hour, and then I'm sitting there just waiting, like nothing's happening, there's nothing to sell, and it's just not effective. And also because I race net worth, and I want to get it up as quickly as possible, then I need to be buying tons and tons and tons of items so that I can sell through quicker. Like if I sit down for 4 hours, let's say, I can sell through close to 1,000 items. No joke. I know that might sound crazy, but I can sell through close to 1,000 items in 4 hours. And so there's no way I'm going to craft that many. Like that would take me days to craft 1,000 items, like way, way, way too long. And by that time, I mean, I'm not making as much money and people are ripping by me. So here's what it looks like. So let's say, okay, so here you can see how many items of each I have. So I have 112 boots, 161 bows, 121 chests, etc., etc. So generally I'll look at this and say, what am I running low on? So let's say something's getting close to 0, like I'm running out of bows. Then I will go over here to market and I will search for all the items that I use. Oops. Okay, so this is going to come up with all the items that I use, and I'll look at the prices and say, okay, the best deal for me right now is this, and I'll buy, let's say, another 50 of these right now. Let's just buy 50 just for an example. So I know by math that when I double enchant this, I'm actually getting 800k out of it total instead of 700k. Just because of how rounding works in this game, I get 800k. So let's say I buy 50 more of those. And then I go back here. I bought all these earlier today, so you don't have to sit here and watch me buy them. So I'll put on that and put on that. And then I have essentially 50 more items worth 2.2 mil. So that was an extra 100 mil worth of items. And then when you look in here, I've got 210 bows instead of 160. So I buy market, like items from the market. I probably spend an average of 1 to 1.5 billion in the market every day. So as much as it says 759 mil right now, like how much I have, I know that if I sold through all my inventory right now, like every single thing, I've got no gold left or no items left. I have about 2.6 billion in inventory total. And I really like to float at least 2 billion in inventory at a time, so that when I sell through my items, I can go back to market and just buy up whatever I need to. And also if I find, let's say I find a really good deal to transfer gold to gems, then I can just use up gold and do it. And then when I'm getting up like a lot of gold, like the other day I had 4.4 billion or whatever, then obviously I spent 1.5 billion of that unlocking heroes, but also I'll like invest or whatever. So let's say, where is it now? Hold on. Okay, so this girl, one of my goals right now is to have 1 billion in every single tower. So right now I think I have 800 mil in this girl. Hold on. Yeah, 800 million. So the sigil's on her. So I'll just, every couple of days, whatever, I'll just go 180 million. So there's a 10% discount on that. And then I have 1 billion. And then whenever I want to, I can just like go here, change the sigil like once an hour, and just invest more. So that's pretty much what it looks like. I normally float 2 billion just to go through inventory constantly, and then everything else I'll use for other things in game. Oh yeah, also, let me show you that. So let's say I use this mammoth on like a rare item. There's also a percentage chance, so you can see at the bottom. Obviously on a normal item, it's 100% chance, it's normal to normal. But when you go normal to some rarity, there's only a 20% chance that it completes. So some people will use this to their advantage and say they have a legendary item and they'll use like a normal enchant on it and hope that they get lucky and it successfully enchants. And then it's essentially adding a legendary enchant, which could cost a couple hundred gems or more, but it only costs them a few hundred K. You know, but you got to get pretty lucky to actually get it, but then you're able to make some money on that. But obviously the chance is lower. I don't actually know what the chances are for a higher item, which I don't have any here, so all good. All right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. So he's asking like, do I actually make money this way? Yes and no. It kind of depends on what the enchantment price is. So let's look at enchants right now too. So let's just look at these. So like this, I'm going to get 700K or 720K rounded for most of these. And so for me, like, yeah, I buy these all the time. But a lot of the time, like depending on the events and stuff, like these ones, I'm obviously losing 17K each time, but I buy them anyway because I'm just trying to get my net worth up as much as possible, and money is not as big of an issue for me. So essentially, I'm gaining money by buying an item. So let's look at the item that I was buying. So most of these I'm able to get 800K out of with rounding. So let's say with this, I get 120K, but even if it costs me an extra 40K for the enchants more than what I'll get out of it, I'm still profiting 60K. And think about it, if I have max energy, there's no fodder. I don't have to discount any items to sell these, so I'm not losing money on a discount item. So I'm still able to, like each of these items I'm selling, it's not like it's huge profit, but I'm still making like 50 to 100K probably per item, even with enchants on. So it's still profitable. It's just not like incredible amounts of profit. But I mean, the goal for me right now is net worth. So for me to just be worried about profit that much, it's just not at the top of my list of concerns. Let's see how close we are to 190 billion. We should be pretty close. Holy, only 130 mil. Sweet. So that should only take like 15 minutes. Good stuff. I never, ever, ever buy anything on the market with gems. Period. Ever. Like, it's pretty rare that that'll happen, honestly. Because, I mean, for me, being free to play, when I want to get gems and I'm trying to transfer gold to gems, if I find 200K per gem that I'm able to get like after tax, I'll do that all day. So when I got up to 18K gems, the majority of those gems, other than like my secret little gem making methods where I'm able to make like a few hundred a day for almost free, all those cost me like 200K each. So even if I were to spend 3 gems on like a tier 9 enchant, which might cost me 700K, it's not like I'm really getting that much out of it, and I'm going to spend gold on that over gems any day. I hope that makes sense. Sorry guys, just trying to get through all of these questions. Fastest way to level up. So you only get experience in game. Like this says I need another 1.15 billion experience to level. You only get experience in game when you sell an item to a customer. You don't get it by crafting. So you get experience based on the item, like tier or value or whatever, and then when you add enchants to it, it adds additional XP. So basically, the more you're selling in your shop, the more money that's going through your shop, the more money you're going to be getting through. Like, it's kind of just as simple as that. It's not like, how do I level up faster? Do I use this item or this item? It's like, dude, just play the game, play lots, sell lots, make money, have fun. you're gonna level up. And if you have Royal Merchant, or I mean, what is it? I think it's this one. You get 25%. No, wrong one. I don't have these bought, so I always get confused. Yeah, this one gets you 25% bonus merchant XP. So you're able to level up 25% faster. I don't know how much that actually determines long term, but it's what I do. Come on. All right. Yeah, so yeah, I buy all the enchants from the market and put them on all my items. I mean, so let me show you a really specific example of rounding and how it affects me. Like a really tangible example. So I'll use bow because I sell like a ton of these. Oh shoot. Okay. Oh, I still had some left. That was stupid. Okay. So we're going to use Lion Spirit and Blaze Spirit, and I'll show you guys how rounding works. So Lion Spirit we're going to use on this. So that's going to add 350k. And on bow, that's going to add 350k. So both those exactly the same spirit, exactly the same value added. But when an item goes over 1 million, it's going to round to the nearest 50,000 in value. And so look at this. I add it to this, and it's going to round it to 1.1 million. So I only get 330k out of this item. Okay. And then if I add it to this item, it's going to round it up to 1.1 million. So I'm going to get 370k out of that item. So essentially, I get an extra 40k value out of this enchant. And when it's ascended, I get an extra 80,000 value out of this enchant. So me using bows or using appropriate items that take advantage of rounding actually changes the game completely. And this has totally changed how I buy items. But basically by using these enchants on items, it increases the value, increases my net worth gain. And usually I'm losing money on it, I'll be honest, but it's just how I play the game. So I'm able to compete with these players who play a heck of a lot. I'm not able to play as much, but I hope that by being efficient, I'm able to keep up in high scores. Okay, we're less than 1 billion away anyway from being 10th, which is cool. All right, next. So Eggy Pie asked, is it better to sell one item that's worth 50k or 10 items that are worth 5k? Does it give the same XP? Think about this. It doesn't matter. I know that's a bold statement, but it doesn't matter. Because the bottleneck in this game, there's 2 bottlenecks in this game. Only 2. I'm telling you right now, there's 2 bottlenecks. That's it. And it is customer flow and resource regeneration. Those are the only 2 things that are preventing you from making money and getting net worth. So if you're waiting for 10 customers to make the same that you're making from 1 customer, then I'm telling you that you're 10% as efficient as you should be. Because I would rather sell 500,000 than 50,000 any day. So you need to figure out what's efficient for you, what's going to be making you money, and what's best at your level with the items that you have available and what you can surcharge, like your total energy, and figure out what's going to be efficient from that, not like exact value from a certain item. Like the thing that's going to get you ahead and level you up faster is using each of your customers to the max efficiency that you can. Not by just trying to figure out, you know, what the best ratio is from small items to big items or whatever. Like, just getting through people with high value is going to be the best if you can do it efficiently. If you're losing money on everyone, then obviously it's not efficient at all. But that's my opinion anyway. So he asks, are enchants only for net worth and not for profit? No. So look at this. So on all of these, the tier 9s on the left, you're losing money, but look at these. So this is worth 105k, but if you add this to an item, you're going to get 210k out of it. So essentially by putting this on an item that's high enough to handle it, like an item will only go up by 105k if the max value is there. Like if you put this on a 50k item, the value of the item can only go up by 50k. So essentially, if you have an item worth 105K or more and you add this to it, you're going to get 210K out of it. So you're still making a profit. It's just I use the higher tier ones, even though I lose some money on it, because I'm able to get more net worth out of it. And even with these lower ones, like look at this, it's 7,400. So you're going to get 14K out of it. So you can put this on like a really low tier item and make an extra 6K for free. Like it's free money, and chants are going to get you free money all day, but you just have to decide what's worth it. These ones are worth it for me because I have the money for it and I want to get my net worth up. But if I was only trying to make money, I would be buying these. I'd be buying these because that's 11K profit. This is 10K profit. This is 10K profit. Like, you're able to make free money, but it just depends what the best thing for you to be using right now is. We might be close. Okay. Do I ever suggest items? Yeah, for sure. So let me show you guys a little trick that I learned. So let's say I really want to sell a shirt right now. Like I just want to sell this shirt. So if I straight up select this shirt, it costs me 180 energy. So keep that number in mind, 180 energy. But instead, if I suggest the tier 1, which costs me 5 energy, and then I suggest the shirt, that's only 95. 95 compared to 180. So I'm essentially, in order to move over to this one, I'm saving like half the energy that it would normally cost me to get there. So that's just a little trick and something that I use. But like often, let's say this guy, so let's say I didn't have this troll tooth and he's just asking for it. Often I'll go over here to gloves and then suggest a glove. And then if this is successful, I'm selling to a $2.2 million item rather than just selling him that 200K item that he asked me for. So I'll use suggestions to kind of move people to getting the items that I want to sell them. Or let's say like all these items that I have here are like tier 1 items and I want to get legendary. So let's actually do that and I'll show you what I mean. So let's say all of these items are all the tier 1 items. Okay, so all I have is tier 1 items. But I really want these items to be tier 9 items so I'm able to sell through those items. If I small talk and discount and get the energy, I just sit here and move them all over to the items that I actually want to be selling. And then I'm able to be selling more efficiently, and I'm not just sitting here waiting for customers to pick the items that I want, but I can actually move them over to be already choosing the items that I want to be selling to them. But the thing is that you still have to do it efficiently. It's not just tell them what they want and then try to get to that energy. Like you got to do it efficiently and use your customers well. But I use suggestions all the time to move people where I want them to go. For sure. So often when I'm like selling through items, let's say like some of these bows are starting to disappear and I notice that my stock is out, I'll take these bows off of the back shelves and move them to the front shelves so that they're all available. So that's why every once in a while I just go to these and like take them off these back racks so that the front ones still have more available. Like, so there's lots there, obviously tons there and tons here that are going to be chosen from. But when this runs dry, then these ones on the back are going to be the ones that I want up front to be selling to customers. So I just kind of like rotate my stock in over time. Man, I wish this event was good. I want to play it, but next weekend should be Lost City, so hopefully we can stream at the same time, and that should be good. Okay. Okay, Vox says that there was a discussion on official Discord about you not being 100% free to play. So what do I say? So, yeah, it's true. I am 100% free to play. So, you look at both the workers, I've never bought them. I've never had Royal Merchant before. I have never bought a gem pack. Where are they? Yeah, I've never bought a gem pack. I've literally never spent a penny in this game ever. I've never bought anything. If you look at my masteries, like, oh, sorry. If you go to my masteries, like all the items that I have no pay to play items at all. Oh, yeah, I've got no pay to play items at all. I've never bought a pack. I don't have anything that's pay to play at all, and all of my gems have been gotten from working market over the last year. I've worked market and figured out different ways to make gems over time every day for the last year. So no, I am 100% free to play. I've never spent a penny in game ever. Can I donate? So with YouTube, to my knowledge, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you are not able to monetize in any way, whether it be ads or donations with streaming, from what I know, until you hit 1,000 subs. And we're at like 460 today, something like that. So we just started the channel like a month and a half ago or so. And so it's been going up by over 10 a day, which is incredible. But until we hit that 1K subs, to my knowledge, you may not donate. So I guess I could set up like a third-party website. I forget what it's called. Patreon. I could set it up and have different things there. I've just never done it. So no, at this time you may not. Thank you though. I appreciate it. Maybe in the future, that'd be awesome. But secret gem method. Do I request items? I do not. I do not. But I promise you guys, when we hit 1K, I will tell you guys everything I possibly can. I've already started making those vids and like taking screenshots of different gem making methods and my thoughts on it and stuff. So yeah, I promise you guys, I will tell you everything I possibly can. I also want to calculate really soon how much gems I've needed to make, because if you think about every shop expand, every crafting slot, 7 out of 8 questing slots, now every character slot, every pet slot, like everything in game other than one crafting slot, I think I have max. And check out my town hall invest. I think it's at like 28 mil or 28 billion, sorry, 21 billion. So only like maybe 3 billion of that was actually in gold and the rest was in gems. So I did a lot of gem invests a long time ago. Plus I re-rolled every character or every hero skill to get it half decent, which probably cost me like 20,000 gems as well. So yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how many gems I've actually gotten in this game and spent over the last year. So that's probably why people ask like why I'm not free to play, or if I am or whatever, but I get it. I get it. Why do you get your net worth up? Yeah, it's a pride thing. That's just the truth. It's a pride thing. It's for leaderboards. Simple as that. Like basically when I started maxing everything out and had my invests up to like 500 mil a tower and stuff, it was just like, okay, what do I want to do in game right now? Like, I don't even know. And I was getting up there in leaderboards, like enjoying getting net worth up. And for a while I was #1 in guild until freaking horse came. So I was like, yeah, I just want to like stick to this. It's something I enjoy. It's something that I can play a lot in and be efficient in, and kind of compete with other players. And I think I'm like 2nd in the world in non-Chinese players, or maybe 3rd. So I don't know. It's just something that's fun for me to do. Yeah, there we go. 190 billion. Let's go. Party, party. So good. Oh, you want to see new heroes? Yeah, Dana, let's go. Okay, I'll show you heroes in a sec. Why don't I craft anything? So I craft all day, every day. And then when I sit down in the evening to sell, I put all of my bins away so that I can sell more efficiently. So if I had bins out right now, I'd only have 7,000 energy. So then when I small talk, I only get 7,000 or 700 energy instead of 800. So I can't one-shot all of these. So when I small talk and it's successful, I always have the energy to surcharge the next item. And so I put them all away so I can have max energy, so I can sell more efficiency efficiently, get through net worth, and that's literally it. Dana, you're the best. Okay, yeah, let me show you guys my new heroes. So I got these 2 days ago, maybe. So let me just discuss this quick. I did earlier in the stream, but let me just mention it again. So free to play, you can't repair gear if you're not a Royal member. And so we decided, Dana and I, that I was going to get 3 heroes up with legendaries and everything and use them when I still have repair kits to use them and for like big events and stuff. And so there's 3 heroes that we're going to deck out. So let me show you the 3 heroes. So the first one is this guy. It's my Astromancer. He doesn't have legendary gear, but he has decent skills, so we're going to use him. This is the next one. This is the one we rolled this morning. Well, in the video this morning. The third skill's crap, and I've re-rolled it 4 times. Should we re-roll it right now? Let's spend a couple gems right now. Oh, I can't when it's out. Okay, whatever. So 2 legendaries on it right now. And it's actually my highest power hero already, which is really sad. Then we have this guy, which got 2 epic skills as well. So eventually he'll be up with legendaries and stuff. And then I've got 4 more heroes. There you go, the level 19s. So 2 more berserkers and 2 more dancers. So we got an epic and a damage skill. We got attack, evasion, and crit. And then we have epic, damage, and then another one for axe, and then attack, evasion, and attack. So they're all decent skills. They all have attack and evasion or crit or whatever. So they're decent, and we'll get those up, and they'll probably look similar to this in the end with, just green gear, tier 7 enchants. They'll just be like average heroes. But for now, we're just going to totally deck out 3 heroes, and it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited. And if you guys saw in the video this morning, I had to start like 250 XP potions. And so I was using them all to like reroll heroes and stuff. I ended up rerolling about 130 heroes from what I calculated total. Like just a stupid amount. And I only have 4 XP drinks left. Oh my god. Oh, what? So people could donate through Streamlabs? I didn't know that. Maybe we'll do it next week if you guys really want to. That'd be sick. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll troubleshoot it this week with someone and we can see if it even works. That'd be cool. Yeah. I know you guys all want the gem making video. I promise I'll make it, man. And I still make like 200 or 300 gems a day by the same method, and they're like 20, 30, 40K a gem. It works well. I like it. What's the best item to sell, best thing to do when you start or around level 15 to 20? All right, man. So most important thing is to create a good crafting rotation. So let me take these out. So this is my current crafting rotation. Oops. So as you can see, those 4 items, they have no resources that overlap each other other than the tier 3, like the blue and red resources. So for you, the most important thing is to find 4 items that don't overlap in resources, and then you can craft those simultaneously and get up to higher tiers of those items. So figuring that out is really important, and then focusing on those with your ascensions. Like, look, I have those 4 key ones: clothes, boots, medicine, and bow, up to the highest stars. And I've really just focused on those 4 items because they don't overlap in resources. And then I also have a few others at 15 so that their surcharge cost is less. But that's your most important thing, man. Just find 4 items that don't overlap and just craft the crap out of those lines. That's your most important thing. And you can kind of use whatever you want, like research it. You can go to playshoptitans.com and click on the blueprints section, and you can look at every single blueprint in the game. Just keep in mind that any of the blueprints that have a little icon, like the 4th of July icon here, those you can only craft if you have the pack unlocked. And so Just keep in mind that you won't have that available until you buy that pack. So just make sure you're only looking at the free-to-play ones. What other games? I don't play any other games, bro. This is it. I don't have Xbox, PlayStation, or a PC. I literally just have my MacBook Air and my phone. So this is just what we have right now. It is what it is. Yeah. So I switch back and forth between resources and bins. So Edgy Pie asks, "Hey Rob, do you bring your resources out to craft half the time and another half the time to sell?" So when I'm like throughout the day hanging out with my kids or whatever at work or whatever's happening throughout the day, I'm not sitting down to play like 24 hours a day. And so when that's the case, I have all my resource bins out and I'm crafting to the point that I can log in and craft 12 tier 9 items simultaneously and then log off. So it takes me 30 seconds. I can do it like once every 40 minutes or whatever, and then I'm just crafting throughout the day, still making money, and then in the evening I put all those away, get max energy, and then just rip through sales. So yeah, that's how I do it. Speed up quests with gems. Oh, they're finishing anyway. Oh, only one is. Yo, we're gonna be streaming that long, so we'll finish them soon. Oh, nice. Oh, stupid. Okay, we're gonna put chests back out because I forgot. So chests obviously contribute a lot. So as you can see, max stack is 129, but when I put all my chests out, it's 500. So that's why I just lost all of those. It's so annoying. Vox, who said that I'm not free to play? Do you remember? Like, was it one person calling me out just saying that it was either impossible or that they heard I did or something? Just wondering, not that I really care or want to call anyone out. Just funny. Dang it. Oops, I accidentally surcharged that tier 1, didn't notice. Okay, one of these has got to fail so that I can small talk that one. Fail. Yeah. That one fails too. Okay, cool. What was I talking about? Oh, I guess I could send this guy out again, or would that level 19 level up with this bad boy? Let's go. And then, hold on. One of these guys had something break. Okay, so I want the necklace because it just has defense and this isn't like a damage dealer right now. I just want this guy to survive, basically. Maybe we can get some wind on it too. Yeah, sure. That's a really stupid buy, but I don't care. I just want to save time. 3 million. Should not matter that much. Chronos. Oh, I don't have a champion to go with this. That's annoying. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Yeah, I know. I went through all of the drinks. Okay, so for the racks, I explained it in my beginner guides, but a lot of people were complaining that those were too long and choppy and I wasn't clean and I didn't edit them at all. So that's like 100% my fault. And so, yeah, let me explain it here clearly so you don't have to watch a 22-minute video. Before I get into that, man, it's been so good actually. Like, I don't care if people call me out and say like this video sucks or you need to edit or this is too long or whatever. Like it happens, right? And I actually appreciate it because people are just being truthful and giving their opinion. And the truth is, if I was in your position, I would not watch a messy 22-minute video of some dude babbling. You know what I mean? Like, I just wouldn't do it. And so for that video just to be cleaner and more concise and edited well, and me just like having my ideas out there and not just like messing around, moving racks around constantly, like, yeah, I agree, absolutely. And that's the thing, like, we started this a month and a half ago. I'd never edited a video, never recorded a video, I never done anything. So this is all brand new to me. And so the first ones, we had no webcam, we had horrible audio issues, I didn't know how to do anything. And so I've just been trying to like increase, I don't know, the production value, I guess, over time. So we added webcam, we messed with sound stuff, we've tried to do different things and get overlays and whatever. So it's been awesome to just like do things better over time. And then just within this last week, I've had like private messages and public comments saying like, dude, you need to get it together. These suck. They're too long. It's choppy. Whatever. Do it better. Learn to edit. Which, I mean, sweet. Let's talk. I appreciate it. So we've been trying to do that. So anyway, if you've been watching videos and thinking the same thing, we'll get better over time. It is what it is. I've never done it. And so, I mean, think about it. Months from now, this is probably going to be way better than it was now or was a month ago. And, you know, things will get better over time. We'll get better stuff and hopefully get a PC and be able to play on Steam eventually. And we'll go from there, you know? And actually, the video that dropped this morning was the first one that I've really edited. Like the part where it goes really fast and has music behind it and stuff. Like I did all that myself, and I actually had so much fun. Like, sure, it took me maybe an hour to like figure out actually how to do it and do the editing and put in the music and all that. But it was fun, man. Like, it was sweet. I had a good time. And I think it makes it more enjoyable to watch too when the video, like, that video originally, before I did all that speeding up and like editing stuff, was 20 minutes and now it's 12 minutes. Like, that's almost half the time gone just by doing it better. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty cool. So back to the question before I rambled. Yeah, so when you go to your bins, so there's obviously 4 different types of tier 1 resources: iron bin, wood bin, leather, and herb or herb, depending on where you're from. And then there's tier 2, which is steel, ironwood, fabric, and oil. So I would say by the time you have 5 shop expands out, you should have 3 of each tier 1 and 2 of each tier 2, and I would do them all evenly. And honestly, you never need to get another bin again. Like, that's all you need is 3 of tier 1 and 2 of tier 2. So that's 20 spaces total, and everything else can either be chests, 1 counter, and racks for everything else. But crafting at the start is obviously really important to be able to, you know, master things and make money and that sort of thing. And you're not going to be making a ton of money at the start by surcharging stuff. So yeah, man, that's what I would say. So you should have 20 total by the time you have your 5th shop expand, and go from there. And after that, you can just add racks like crazy. How long? It was still a little bit of time, Dana, I think. Hold on. Yeah, still 6 hours. Me and Dana have been kind of working together to get some of these legendaries and stuff, and it's actually been really fun just like crafting specific items, trying to get legendaries so that I don't have to spend as many gems. I was actually crafting some enchants today, like the tier 9 enchants, trying to get some. No luck, but it's still fun. Efficient AF, I love it. Yeah, I know, Rookie. I'm sorry, man. It's just when I have all of my racks out, it just looks so much cleaner. And I really like seeing the 8K energy, but then I always mess up. And then also when I do this for a few hours and I sell through all my inventory and I need to restock, like there's no room for me to buy enchants because I only have like 120 instead of 500 room. So that gets a little bit annoying as well, but whatever. Doomsday. Interesting. Okay, best heroes. Yeah, Dana, you're right. You can't even look at them anymore. Flip. Okay. So a lot of people have been saying Spellblade. I think the reason is because look at this. Wait. Okay, so Spellblade just gets 25% bonus to everything. And so it has decent defense, it has good attack. It doesn't have evasion normally, like 0% evasion, but it can do everything. So some people say all you need is Spellblades and you can just do everything with them, which is, I mean, that's essentially what I've been doing for a long time. But also other people swear by other things. So, I mean, in my mind, I think it honestly depends on what quality of equipment that you're going to be getting. Because obviously Spellblades with like average equipment, I can do everything with. But let's say a dancer with really good equipment, which has like crazy evasion and is going to crit like mad when it actually evades attacks and stuff. Like guaranteed a crit when dodging an attack plus crit damage and everything. Like crit chance and evasion. Like this guy's going to be critting like crazy when he gets really good equipment up. And so for you, if you have legendaries and really good skills, a dancer's going to wreck everything with crits. But if you don't have good equipment and you don't have super good skills, I don't think dancer's good, because the really good part about a dancer is that it's going to be critting and just wrecking people. But if you don't have really good stuff on it, then it's just not true. So just raw stats are better. So I think it honestly depends on what you're going to be doing with your heroes and like the stuff that you're able to like put on them and reroll skills and stuff. If you're going to get everything maxed, I think dancers and berserkers are going to be sick. But I would say if you're just having like average skills, decent skills, and like average equipment like I have, I think Spellblades are a really good option. So it kind of depends on you. I mean, a lot of these guys who talk about heroes a lot, man, they spend so much money. They have gems out the wazoo. They're re-rolling stuff and getting like legendaries and just like trying to get like the top tier best heroes possible. Where for me, that's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And so the game's just different depending on what you put into it, right? So people will say like, you need to put, oh yeah, we'll have the seed conversation right now too, because a lot of people have been asking about it. Oh, and that's awesome. Eggy Pie just asked about seeds, so let's talk about that. So a lot of people say like, these seeds should be put on these types of heroes, these seeds should be put on these types of heroes, and I totally get it, but in my mind, that's like best of the best. You want this hero to be the best that it possibly can be in this game, and it needs to be like cream of the crop, whatever, because, you know, defense maxes out at 10k, and this maxes out at this. I'm like, dude, none of my heroes have ever been max anything. Chill out. You know what I mean? Maybe not chill out, but like, I don't know. It's just not as big of a concern for me. But let me show you what people think about for seeds. So here's the 3 different seeds. You got vitality, power, and resistance. Essentially, people are saying that the vitality seed is the most important seed. All of mine have max 40, by the way, so it doesn't really matter. But the reason being is that 1 health is going to be more effective than 4 attack. Because if you look at a hero, like this guy's 10,000 health, 10,000 attack, and 350 health. So adding 1 health is going to be a lot more than 4 attack. You know what I mean? Like, it's just per 1 seed is just more effective. That's why people say that. So they say that vitality seed should be used on everything except for like warrior types or berserkers or whatever, because often like they have a limited attack but really good health and defense and stuff, and so those should be power seeds on them. So I'll be honest, when I re-rolled heroes and I got my good ones, like this one, I put all health seeds on this, all vitality seeds on this, and then for this guy I put all attack seeds on him, and then the other ones I use like some of everything, because I had like 80 something of the defense seeds. So I kind of just like spread them evenly on like the average heroes, but on the good ones, I use them more intentionally. So, I mean, it's kind of up to your preference too, but that's what people say should be for optimal heroes: vitality on everything and attack on like berserker or like higher level warrior type ones. Forget the haters. Yeah, forget them. But also, I want to be better in everything that I do and continue to improve and give people reasons to watch and give people valuable things and just contribute to community well. And so if that means that I need to be trimming a 20-minute video down to 12 and it takes me a couple extra hours and I need to learn some new software and learn some new techniques and just put out better quality content for people that people are going to enjoy, then guess what? I'm going to try to do that. It just takes time. And that's the thing that I'm limited in is I don't have a ton of time. I have a family, I have work, I have house rentals I'm doing right now. Like there's a lot of stuff going on in life that I don't have 8 hours a day to sit here and record and edit and try to put out like the best video ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've never dealt with video software, editing software before. So this is a whole new experience. But even with a limited time, I still want to do the best that I can with what I'm given and continue to just improve and do things better. So I'm going to do that. Like, yeah, I don't want to get bogged down in like, you suck. This video could be so much better. You know what I mean? Like, of course you don't want to get bogged down in that sort of thing. But then again, I think there's something to be said of doing everything that you do with excellence and to the best that you can, even if it's not going to be like high production quality with a professional editor who spent 5 hours editing each video. You know what I mean? Like, I understand there's a limit, but there's also things that you want to do better. So, yeah. Guys, we're out of questions. I've hit the end of chat, so hook me up. I wonder if it's even possible to catch this guy. Horse, you suck. You logged in. That bumped me down to 12th. So all of the leaderboards reset on Fridays at server reset. So that's why I was in 11th when we first started. But as people log in, if they're ahead of me, then they'll repopulate the server or the leaderboard. So he logged in and I'm back down to 12th. That's all good. Yeah, I'm still like at least an hour and 45 minutes away, even if this guy doesn't sell anything, to being 11th. So we probably won't get there on stream, but all good. Any other questions you guys got? Anything I should be talking about? I don't want to bore you. Or I can eat chocolate. Yo, if you guys weren't here at the start, any of you guys ever seen this before? It's Whitaker's chocolate. It's from New Zealand. The factory's just outside of Wellington, which I live there. And seriously, it comes in gold foil wrapping. This is the peanut butter one. This stuff is seriously like the best chocolate ever. And I found some at a store in Canada, but these bars my brother got for me when he went and visited. So I'm gonna eat it right now, but I wish you guys could try this stuff because it is seriously, it'll change your life. Your life will never be the same. So good. I just got the new camera too. My wife wanted one, like for some of the stuff that she was doing. Oh dude, I have a golden ticket, you have no idea. So we have a new camera, it has a light on it, check it. Whoa. See that? It's so cool. So let's see how HD it really is. Look at that peanut butter center. That looks really blurry, I can't really tell though. Come on, focus on it. Yeah, it's not working very well, but bro, so good. I hope you guys can't hear my eating noises. Yeah, dude. Okay. Let's talk about this. So here was a thought that I've had. Yeah, I can definitely explain that. One sec. I'll answer both those questions. Okay, so here's an idea I had. Give me your input right now. So when we hit 1K subs, I want to do something special. Obviously, I want to do something cool. But I've also been thinking that I want to do a series on the channel starting in the next couple of weeks that's called Your Shop. So what I want to do is have some of you guys jump on Discord call with me, screen share, we'll record it. You can ask me questions and I'm able to give you input on your shop, what you should be doing, what you should be crafting, how to make money, how to make gems, all that stuff. I think that would be so much fun. and something like a brand new thing that we've never done that could really be helpful for you, and also just get more people involved than you just seeing this mug all the time. So that's an idea I've had. What do you guys think about doing that? And my other thought was, if we hit 1K subs, or when we hit 1K subs, fingers crossed, what if we did like giveaways of like, not coaching sessions, but basically like I'll just hang out with you guys for like an hour and like screen share to each other, whatever, and you can ask me like anything that you want. And like, it doesn't have to be recorded if you don't want. Like, it doesn't have to be a your shop episode, but just thinking like basically doing like coaching sessions, and I'll give away like 10 of them for like an hour each or whatever, and you guys can just like enter a draw for it, and then we can like hang out for an hour and you can ask me whatever you want. Like, would that be sweet to do at 1K? What do you think? Like, I think that'd be so fun. Like, it'll be interesting because I haven't had a low level shop for such a long time that I might be out of tune with it, but I'm sure that we could figure some stuff out and I could help a little bit. It'd be so fun. Man, yeah, everyone's in. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, Dana, another thing I've been thinking. So probably starting next week, I'm going to do a series on free to play versus pay to play. Because right now I'm doing a beginner series, but I'm almost done. I only probably have like 1 or 2 more I want to do. So once that's done, I think I'm going to do a series called probably free to play. I don't know, something to do with that. So I want to talk about the differences between free to play, pay to play. I want to talk about what the best thing to actually be spending real money on to get ahead, in my opinion, and just some other things to do with that aspect of the game. And so, Dana, here's my thought. I want to have you, I don't know how we do this, like we'll figure it out. I don't know. But like, have you on one of the vids just talking about being pay to play and like what to spend money on and what you think about the game, like from a totally different perspective from me, from like a free to play player, and you just be able to talk about that. Like, I think that'd be so cool. So that's definitely been on my mind too. And then Dana, we'll do a your shop with you as well, and I'll tell you how crappy your shop is. Got ya. He's probably raging right now. Yeah, man, for real. Like, when you're on a call, you gotta have such a deep voice so that you sound like more masculine and stuff. Someone told me in one of my earliest videos before I had yeah, light, that'd be sweet, man. I'd love to talk about that stuff. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, one of my first videos, somebody commented said you sound old as F. And then when I had a webcam on, they're like, oh, I was wrong or something like that. I laughed so hard. Because like the first few videos, like nobody knew that I was recording and everyone was in bed. Like my family was in bed. And so I was literally just like sitting on my couch with my phone, like recording through the phone speaker with an app through my phone. So I didn't have this mic. Like, here. I didn't have a mic. It was just like my phone speaker and stuff. And I was like speaking quietly. Like it was just bad. And so I was probably like really monotone and just kind of like talking about Shop Titans and like being boring. So the guy said, man, you sound so old, whatever. So now that you say self-conscious about voice, I've literally had the same thoughts lately. Like, man, I need to not sound old. Anyway, let's go to some of these questions and we'll get back to this convo. All right. Is it better to use Titan Soul on lower tier heroes? I would say honestly, yes. Absolutely. I think it's way better. Reason being, so when I added my Titan Soul to my Astromancer, this guy, literally it only added like 1.5k power. Like it didn't do anything. I didn't get any new skills. Like nothing special was added to this hero, but if I were to add it to like a really low tier hero that I had level 40, it would have added um two new skills, like if it only had 2 skills, plus it would have beefed the stats a heck of a lot more. Like you can look on Shop ST Central, Shop Titans Central on the website, and it goes through like every hero and what they turn into and the new stats and stuff. And some of the lower tier heroes get way better buffs than the top tier heroes. And if you spent a lot on lower tier heroes, you've rerolled skills, or like they're a high level, but you're like, man, eventually I got to reroll this. Using a Titan Soul in that is like the best bang for your buck, because that hero is now basically like a tier 7 hero, like even better than a tier 6. So I think that's honestly like the best motivation for Titan Soul, is not like, oh, upgrade your highest tier heroes a little bit, but it's like if you have lower tier heroes that aren't as relevant now because of the new stuff that's come out, well, here's your chance to get them basically just as high as the best heroes. So I think Titan Soul is actually optimally used on the lower tier heroes, oddly enough. I mean, it's weird because I'm going to be using my next 2 on the 2 that I have legendaries on, but that's because I don't have any lower tier heroes. So it's just whatever. I mean, maybe I'll use it on a Spellblade eventually, like in 3 months from now. But like for these 2, I'll be using them on the 2 that I've showed you a couple times. Sorry, can you explain the mechanics with the rounding up thing so I can know what items to put the enchantments on? So, Shop Titans Central on the website, like all the community resources is insane. They have full lists of every item and what they round up to or round down to, so you can know what items are the best. Like you can test it yourself and say, okay, if this item got this like 700k enchants added to it, what would it round to after 1,000,000? But I know, like, let's show you this. I'll actually buy an axe because I know that this rounds down even more. And I'll show you an example of 3 different ones, and then you can look on the website and see for yourself what I mean by all this. So let's do this. We'll do 1 mask, 1 boots, 1 chest, and 1 axe. Okay, cool. So let's look at these 4 items and see how they all round differently. So I'm going to do the worst value ones first. So this axe is the worst value. Actually, it rounds to the lowest, but I guess it's not the worst. So this is the worst value. It rounds to 330k added. So that's the lowest amount that you're going to get because it rounds from 1.12 million down to 1.1 million. Okay, this is the next. Okay, so that one's actually even. So this is the next worst one. You're losing 5k value because it rounds from 1.105. That's confusing. So you just lose the 5k extra. This one is even, so you just get exact because it's 400k plus 700k is exactly 1.1 million. This is probably confusing for you guys, but... And then this one's your best value because it adds 10k, and then the bow adds 20k. So it just depends on what the value is of each of the items on the bottom, means that it'll round differently. So you can look it up on the community resource and figure out what's going to be making you the most amount of money. Let me get through these and I'll answer some more questions. Okay, cool. Honestly, man, so he says, Rob, is Knight the best hero right now? Because I checked the heroes leaderboards and the top 50 are all Knights. Leaderboards doesn't necessarily mean anything in terms of, like, the best hero. Like, sure, that's a ton of power. Like, I get it. But, like, it's not like this is the best hero in the game just because the power is higher. Like, the power on some lower tier heroes that aren't as good as higher tier heroes are just higher number value, but it doesn't really mean that much. So I would say no, this is just the one that's calculated in the game to be the highest when it has like absolutely perfect gear on everything. But ultimately, I don't think it means that much, and I wouldn't go off of that for what heroes that you're going to choose. It's more of just bragging rights things to say, hey, I want the top of high scores because I figured out what the highest combination for, you know, the amount of power a hero can have. But I really don't put much stock into that at all. All right. Okay, if you guys are all down for this, your shop idea and the 1K subs thing, dude, I'm gonna get on it because it's gonna be so fun. Yeah, okay, so Light added his Titan Soul to a tier 1 mage that he had level 40. And honestly, dude, I think that's a better move than somebody who's just adding it to the highest tier. Like, for real, that adds more value to a low tier hero than it does a high tier hero. He got 2 extra skills on it, and it's gonna make that hero essentially just as good as anything else. So I think that's hilarious for one, and also honestly kind of an intelligent move, oddly enough. Hey Melson, good to see you. Sorry that was late. I don't know. Yeah, so he says, but after you use your Titan Soul, will the lower tier hero skills be able to match with the tier 6 heroes? Yeah, so it just increases the number of skills that you have. So the lower tier heroes only have 2 or 3 skills available. Like, even if they're level 40, they still only have the 2 or 3 skills. And it's only, I think, the top 2 tiers right now that have the 4th skill. But when you use the Titan Soul on the lower tier hero, it gives an extra slot for skills, and you can still get like all the epic skills and everything. So it just puts it on par with everything else, which is awesome. It'll be interesting too, because they haven't said anything about actually releasing like a tier 7 hero yet. And I don't know if they will, like, or when or whatever. Like, eventually, of course, they probably will, but who knows what the time frame is. So I don't know what the Titan Soul would be benefiting like a tier 7 hero, like if that would open up a 5th skill, or like who knows what that actually looks like. There's so many things to consider. So many things. All right, let's see where we're at stock-wise. Oh, I got rid of all the other ones. Shoot, what were they? I always forget. I should be better at this. Gloves, axes, and hats. Yep. There we go. I just have these out because then I can easily just look at how much stock I have left. So obviously bows is the highest. This is actually pretty good. Bows sell by far the fastest. Axes sell really quickly. Masks, these drakeskin masks sell really slowly, so everything's going down pretty good. Pretty similar rate. Another thing I do when I kind of get to this point, when I want to fill the back racks, is just like request, let's say, like a bunch of these, and then I'll just put them out just so that there's more stuff on the racks. Nice, 2020. So even something like this, like these things are selling for 300K right now. So I just lost 3 mil by not being able to claim it. So annoying. Another 3 mil. Yeah, and then I just go here and just put them on the back rack so that customers will continue to come in quickly even when my stock's running out. Yeah, for real. Yeah, Dana's a machine. Don't know how you do it, man. I actually have quite a few things I can enchant right now. Okay, maybe not. Here's another thing I've been kind of debating even in my own play lately, but I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference. But it's just because I like things clean and I might be a little OCD with it. But like, look at the back here. Like I've got these 4 items that I've just bought like from customers coming in and just saying, hey, here's this item, I small talk it and I buy it. So it's sitting at the back there, essentially not doing anything. But I've been debating like this one. It's just going to be a spear that I got for half price. So some of those, sometimes I'll go to the market and sell for like almost double type of thing. But at other times, like if, let's say one of these comes up, like a wand, sometimes if I need a small talk, wait till one of these fails and I'll explain it. Rather than me going to the market and trying to sell this thing for like 180k or 170k or whatever I'm going to get out of it, sometimes I'll just small talk it and just sell it normally. And essentially, yeah, I'm losing 80k for it, but it's a free small talk, potentially a free surcharge of a high quality item. And I bought it for only 50k anyway, because you buy them for half price. So if I'm buying it for 50k and selling for 100k, I'm still making profit on it. I'm getting a free surcharge out of it potentially, like a free customer. And like it doesn't affect me negatively. So like I've been debating it. Like for example, the spear that I just got, like of course I'm able to sell this thing for like 1.3 million in market right now. So me selling it for 600k, like I'm losing a bunch. Where'd it go? Like I wouldn't just sell this in my shop for 600k or 750k because it doesn't make sense. Like I'm losing a bunch. But for these lower items, if I can just like sell it normally in my shop, even if I'm losing a few, like even 100k on it, I think it's almost worth it just to do it. It still adds more net worth. And I don't have to waste time going back to market and selling each individual item like one at a time, because that's just painful. Like these obviously take a while to do. I mean, sure, I'm making money, so it's worth it, but like these ones, look, I've got so many just random one-off items here that I could be selling that I don't know if I want to like sit here and type in 500,000. Like sure, I'm making more money, or I could just sell it in my shop, but I want to be efficient and be just surcharging as many items as I can and getting net worth up and making more money that way. That I kind of like just selling these random items either in market or just quick one-offs. I don't know. Just something I've been messing with, but yeah, man, the channel has been growing like really consistently. Like I've said it before, but we started with obviously 0, and it was just like this few guys that I was talking with in a Discord, just like, yeah, you should start making it, whatever. So I made it and just like put the link there, and I've just been like trying to improve things and release videos almost every day for like a month and a half now, and we're up to like 460 something subs. Like that's so crazy in a month and a half. Like it's not obviously insane growth, but it's awesome. I'm so enjoying the process, so I appreciate you sticking around, man. It's so cool. Holy dude, that's crazy. He said I started watching you before I hit 100 mil net worth, and he's almost at 5 billion now. Dude, that's awesome. Good for you. 50 times what you were at before. That's so sick. He was here before I was at 0. That's true. That's true, he was. Yeah, Light was one of the ones that was convincing me to make videos because like people were asking questions and stuff and I was enjoying answering. But I was like, nah, I'm not going to make videos. I've never done it. this is just gonna be dumb. Like, it's gonna fail, whatever. And they're like, yeah, you should just try it, just do it. So I have, and it's been fun. It's been sweet. I feel like there's a lot of people around too that have just been around since the start or watching videos or whatever, but just don't like comment or say anything, but are getting a lot. And then like every couple of days, I'll just get like a message on Discord that just says, hey, I've been watching stuff for a month. I've learned a lot. Thanks, type thing. So yeah, that's cool too. See, here's normally what I do, honestly. I scroll back until I find like the last item that's just like random stuff that's not anything important. Like this would be that. Oops. There we go. And then like I'll just do this over and over and over until I've basically just got rid of like all the random crap and I only have like what I actually want to have available in my shop, like all the tier 9s that I surcharge and stuff. But I mean, I might be losing money or just be way too OCD for this, but whatever. What am I hitting that's doing that? Request instead of offer? I don't know. Oh, this chocolate is so good. Also, I'm going out to the lake house tonight, like right after this. And I'll be out there for a couple of days, so won't be chatting or playing too much, but I'm around if you guys need anything. What? That's stream sniping, dude. Stream sniping my items? Not cool. Unless you want to pay like way more than they're worth, and then I'm cool with it. There is videos coming out every day this weekend though. I just recorded them in advance because I knew I was going away. That's why I like customer frenzy, because you can pretty much be selling constantly, but this gets so boring. Like at nighttime, it's half the customers. So it just gets so slow. Wait, I had 2 guys level up, didn't I? Why have I not sent them out again? Silly. Oh, that quest is way better. Also, I never play with the phone like in landscape like this. So that's probably why I'm misclicking a lot, is because I don't actually like have the muscle memory for where the buttons are, because I never play this way. It's just so much better for you guys to watch it this way. Yeah, I think tier 9s are so crazy in price right now, like for the event on the weekend, because everyone's stocked up in anticipation for like a sales event or a surcharge event or like something good. And then the event just sucked, so like the prices are still high because everyone just stocked up like mad for the weekend. And now we're sitting here with a loot frenzy event. That's probably their main reason, honestly. Thanks, Elliot. Appreciate it, man. See, I know that there's lurkers. There's just like only 5 of you talking out of 30 who are watching right now. I think we're only going to go maybe for 20 more minutes or so. Something like that. So if you guys have any more questions or anything, let me know. And hopefully I'll be able to answer stuff in stream. Also, maybe another thing you guys can let me know on, is there other things, like ideas for videos and stuff? Because I do have lots of stuff in mind that I want to do in future, and I've got some things lined up and some things I've already been working on. But just want to know if there's any specifics that I've missed or that you guys want to know about. Let me know. Light, it is your specialty, my friend. Vlad, thank you for the sub, man. So good. Dancer's the higher tier of hero, but Ninja has a skill that... Hold on. What's the skill for this one? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. It does like extra damage. It has something to do with dodging and whatever. Basically, oh, I think it's until he's hit, he does like extra damage and extra crit and stuff. So some people think that it's better just because the damage output is potentially higher if you have a really good evasion, but the Dancer's stats overall are higher. So it kind of depends on what you prefer. Do you know what the probability of legendary is? Stick, was it my chocolate eating noise? Because yeah, that was maybe a little too sensual for this stream. Gotta keep it PG. It's good chocolate though, dude, let me tell you. Wow. Woody Vapors, how many shop expands do you have? That'll determine a lot of my answer. Let's go. Sometimes I feel really cool. If you guys notice, when I find like a low, I don't have any right now, but let's say like, for example, this guy, like 240k. So rather than me like typing in 350 or whatever, I'll just press next, confirm. So I'm not actually like getting that extra 100k that I could, but I'm thinking me selling one item is making way more than that. So why would I waste the time to type that out? Like, I'd rather just do it quicker and get back to my shop and be able to sell more items. So in that way, I kind of feel like Bill Gates in a way, because I'm so rich that it's not even worth it for him to like bend down and pick up $100 bill because it's just a waste of his time. That was honestly my thought, is that not that that's the truth, but that it just feels that way, and I feel extra cool because I'd rather be selling in my shop than typing out to make an extra 100k. Maybe that's really stupid, but whatever. All 9. Dude, let's go. Okay, so here's my opinion and my setup and how I do things. And it's kind of up to you, like where you're at. But basically, now that you have all 9, depending on how many crafting slots you have, the next big thing that you're going to be spending a lot of gems on is rushing stuff. Like rushing furniture upgrades. And so you start the upgrade, you get 5 guild helps, and then up to 3 ads if you use VPN. Excuse me, VPN. And then you rush the rest of it with gems. And then in terms of like what your balance should be, I think if you have 3 tier 1s of each and 2 tier 2s of each, that's 20. And then you have maybe 2 to 4 bins depending on what you want, or 2 to 4 chests depending on what you want. Then everything else should be racks. Like you don't need out more than that. I guess your tier 3s, like 2 or 3 of each. And then everything else is just racks, and you just want to get up your energy like as high as possible. And then eventually, when you get to the point that you're like maxing energy with all your bins out, then you can start replacing your racks and getting like a higher energy than that, so that you can switch out bins and have 2 different setups, one for crafting and one for sales. So that's like long term. But for right now, you probably aren't close to that if you just got your expand. So it's kind of like have your 24, 26 bins out, like resource bins out, have your 2 to 4 chests, your counter obviously, and then everything else should be racks, and you just work on getting those up and getting higher energy. I hope all that makes sense. I mean, another thing is that with 9 expands, you only have 72 furniture slots, and obviously there's 80 total there at the top, but that's like an extra 15,000 gems to unlock the final 8. So that's also like a huge commitment. So I don't know, man. It's kind of up to you what you want to do. Dana, it's not worth it for me, dude. 100K? Can't do it. I don't want to spend down and pick up that, spend the time to bend down and pick up that penny, you know? Come on. Actually, I probably should be, but that's the thing, man. Without Royal Merchant, I'm losing so much money anyway that I just want to play for efficiency and enjoyment. So whatever, it is what it is. I mean, so 9, so he asks about the last 8 slots, is it a priority? I mean, all 9 shop expands gets you 72 furniture slots, so that's obviously huge, and they just released it a few, maybe 2-3 months ago to have the last 8. But I mean, 15,000 gems is just a huge commitment, and if you're not close to maxing the furniture that you have out already, 15,000 gems is just a ton when you could just have like 3 or 4,000 more energy with those gems instead. You know what I mean? So it's just like, what's the most valuable, what's going to help you out the most. And I don't think that, I think 4,000 energy is going to be a lot more helpful than 8 extra furniture slots when you're not even close to maxing them anyway. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah. With that info, Woody, I can give you definitely some more pointers. Okay, so he says, I have 4 bins of each resource out and 5 chests, all the rest are shelves, sitting at almost 1.5k energy. Okay, so you need to go like get rid of a lot of your bins. You should have 3 tier 1 resource bins out, 2 tier 2 resource bins out, and maybe 3 of each. It depends what you craft, but I would say 3 of each tier 3. So that's 12 tier 1s total, 8 tier 2s total, and 6 tier 3s total. So that's 26. I hope that makes sense. I know I'm going fast. Then you don't need 5 chests out, man. Like with max, like this, I have 1,300 slots, like 1,300 inventory. I don't think that's necessary. Like you can get an extra couple hundred energy without doing that. I mean, maybe play with it, see what you like. Some people just love lots of storage, so they're not as concerned about it. For me, I don't find it as necessary, but that's up to you. But even if you could go down to like 3 or 4 chests, I think that it's worth doing. And then everything else should be shelves and racks and stuff. Everything else, man. So you can start getting rid of bins for sure. So Samurai's more tanky, Berserker's more damage dealer. Aggie Pie, so it just depends what you prefer. I mean, it's warrior class, so Berserker's still tanky. It's just they have that extra damage burst when they get low on health, and if they're the ones taking a lot of the damage and they're getting low on health and then they're able to deal out, I just think that that's a great decision. So I would say Berserker. How many hours a day do I play? That is a good question. I would say on average, I'm able to sit and sell, like focused, hanging out, watching TV, whatever, and selling for 2 to 3 hours a day, depending. Sometimes it's less. Sometimes I just don't have time and I don't do it. Like yesterday I didn't sell hardly anything. I just didn't have time. We were just out doing stuff. I had a date with my wife and stuff, so I just didn't. So it kind of depends on my day. If I have like a super chill day and I have like the whole evening and whatever, then I might do a little bit more. Or if there's like a really good event like Customer Frenzy, I played for like 5 hours one night just because I really wanted to. But also because I've been recording a lot more and been like working on editing videos and trying to like make graphics, and obviously all the stuff is changed with like with what do you call it, thumbnails and branding and all that stuff. So that took a lot of time. So I used to actually play more, but because of recording and working on different things, that it's actually become less. So I actually craft most of the day. Like I'll log on every once in a while, craft 12 items, log off. So throughout the day I'm crafting. So I don't know if you consider that playtime, but I actually like sit down, focus playtime. I would say average 2 hours a day, but some days it's less than that and some days it's more. It just kind of depends, but maybe 2 hours on average. Yeah, Dana likes to remind me that just by tier 9 items on just the tower alone, one event, literally like 2 hours of playtime, I missed out on 210 million gold. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so Woody, the interesting thing about not having all your bins out, I get the premise of it, like having lots, but it doesn't increase your resource regeneration at all. It just increases the maximum amount that you can have out, like the maximum amount at the top. But once you get below that amount, it doesn't help you at all. And so my goal was always have enough resources in the bins to be able to craft 12 items right when you log in. And anything after that is waste. In my opinion, it's just waste. So maybe get to the point where like all the bins that I talked about are to the point that you can start 12 items at the same time and then get rid of everything else. That would be my opinion anyway. That's something that I wanted to work on. Yeah. And it might take a little bit to get your bins to the point that you can get rid of enough of them. But I think that's kind of a main goal for you, is to level up your bins to the point that you can craft that many items, and then get rid of some of the bins so that you can replace it with energy. It'll just help you out so much long term. And that's why I say in my beginner guides, like, you don't even need to get more than those beginner bins, because if you're upgrading them as you're mastering and going up tiers, then you should just be able to do that consistently. And we've got through quite a bit of inventory tonight. Doing well. Because we started with like, what, 1,000 items, and we're down to 700, but I also bought those extra 50 bows. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. That's sweet. Yeah, max bin is 15. I can show you that too. Here. Store, store, store. Okay, so max, I don't actually have any max ones, but I'll show you. I can even craft an item right now. So I have max of tier 2s, and then not quite max of tier 3s. So let me just show you what it looks like. So here is 209. This can be 229 with the max guild perks. This is 102, which is max, and 47, which is not quite max. So I guess 55 is max. So like, for example, I can start that right away. If I had 3 tier 1s, 2 tier 2s, and then my tier 3 bins out, I can start 3 of those every time I log in. So I'll start basically 3 of each of these items right away when I log in, like when I'm crafting throughout the day. Because you don't need, like, if you had 5 max tier 1 bins, that's 1,000 tier 1 resources. It's just so unnecessary, because you can never use that many unless you're using like so much energy to rush crafts. And then once you get down to a certain amount, it's all just wasted anyway. Like, I think it's just a total waste of time to do it. And money. It's just not worth it. All right, I'm 43 right now, unlocking tier 5 gears. When should I put my ascension shards in use? I got about 100. That's a good question, man. I think there's two different ways to think about it. First off, when you go to ascensions, like I only have these to 15 stars, but that means that surcharging is 10% less. And because I sell so many gloves, it's worth it. So if you have 4 different item types that don't overlap in resources and you're really focused on those, you could early game, like let's go into the gloves and I'll show you. You could early game do this where it's just the bottom tiers like this that you put the stars on. Axes might be a better... Yeah, so just the bottom ones are done. So those are going to take the least amount. Like this one for Ascension is only 5 to ascend it. Like to ascend, let's say this Javelin is only 5, but then the higher one's 45, you know? So in order to get stars up cheaper, you can go for 15 stars so that selling things in your shop is more effective. Like it costs less. And then once you finish that, so basically getting your first 60 stars, you can just save your Ascension shards until you get to tier 9. Like that's one option. Or you just don't spend any of them at all. And your first priority is when you get up to tier 9 is just to ascend the item, the really valuable item that you're going to be crafting to the highest point. So that craft is much more valuable. So obviously that takes a lot more patience and takes a really long time to get there. Like it's going to take months for you to be able to craft tier 9s effectively. But if you can save them for that long, I think long term it makes more sense. But short term, maybe getting to 15 stars in 4 different categories and sticking with those categories for the rest of the game might make a lot of sense. It's kind of up to you how you want to play it. If you've got the patience, wait. If you don't, go for 15 stars. How's that? Yeah, Light, don't worry about it, man. I think we're gonna call it in like 5 minutes or so. He's just asking if I'm gonna be on for a bit longer. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it. I'm planning on only streaming like 2 hours a week, like Fridays when event starts. Just seems like a good amount of time. Like us just sitting here talking about random stuff is gonna get boring after a while, and I'm just like selling items, so I don't want to kill you guys with boredom. But I mean, if there's tons of stuff to talk about and we're answering questions, then I'm fine with sticking around, but we'll probably call it pretty soon here. So that's the thing too with streaming schedule. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this every single Friday night. Like, I would like to, but it just kind of depends on my schedule and family stuff and whatever. So I can't commit to it, but I'm going to try to do every Friday night for at least a couple hours, but we'll kind of see how things go. So Woody, what tiers should I be surcharging and discounting at this point? And should I only surcharge if it's double enchanted? I mean, in my mind, so here's my thought. If you need to be discounting like 3 or 4 items to be surcharging something, you're going to be losing money. Period. Like, it's just the way that the game works. So if you only have 100, or if you only have 1500 energy, your small talk's at like 150. Even if you get 2 small talks in a row, you're at 300 energy. Discount a couple of items, you're getting up to like the 400 or 500 range. Like, for you with 1500 energy, if you're trying to surcharge something, like even tier 8s and tier 9s, that's probably too high for you right now, because you're not gonna be able to sell efficiently, and it's gonna take you like 4, 5, 6 customers just to surcharge one item. Like, it's so not worth it. And the amount of items that you have to discount and get through just to get to the amount of energy to do one surcharge isn't worth it. So in my opinion, I would say you should be aiming to surcharge things for like 300 energy or so. Something like that. Like, figure out something that's profitable for you, but like tier 6, tier 7, like I don't remember exactly the surcharge numbers, but something in that range so that you can, let's say, like get a good small talk in, discount something that's 2 tiers lower, and then be close to the amount. Like if you're discounting 2 items that's 2 tiers lower than what you want to sell, I think that's good and you can profit from that. But anything above that, if you need to get through 3 or 4 items to get one sale in, it doesn't make sense. And in terms of if you should be using double enchanted or not, dude, you decide what you want to do. I mean, if you look at the prices right now in market, you guys are awesome. If you look at the prices in market right now for enchants, like let's look at these. All the tier 7 enchants are profitable right now. Like that right now, 210k you get out of it. That's like 27,000 profit just for putting this on an item and surcharging it right now. So that's actually really good profit right now. So you adding things that are free profit for you makes sense. Just do it. But if the item that you're selling isn't worth 105,000 and you're not putting as much value on it, then obviously it doesn't make sense. So it kind of depends on your situation, but that's my thought. All right. Okay. Man, you guys are hilarious. I'm really enjoying this. You know that. Like hanging out with you guys and answering questions and you guys just being kind and asking if you can donate. But it's unbelievable. You guys are awesome. Let me just do this and then I'll answer a question. That actually means a lot to me. That's so cool. Because it's not like I do this to make profit, you know what I mean? Like, I just enjoy it. Okay, first off, I don't know how to say your name, dude, so if I say it wrong, I'm sorry, but Aikichi Draws, can you go on Discord, either on the Shop Titans official or Shop Talk or ST Central, whatever, and just search RobMauds, like that's mine, message me right now, and then maybe this week we can figure out how to set up donations through Streamlabs, because I don't know how to do it, but even if we can like, what do you call it? Like troubleshoot it together and figure it out, then I'm totally willing, like if you guys want to do that. But let's figure it out this week. Just send me a message, we'll figure it out. I heard you should be specializing. What does that mean and why? Good question. So obviously in game there's so many different types, like swords, axes, daggers, maces, spears, bows, wands, staves. Like there's so many different types. And so let's say you're starting on swords and you only have the tier 1 available, and then when you get it up to a certain point, like here when you look at milestones, when you finish the first like 10 crafts or whatever, then the next one's available, then you can do the tier 2 sword. So when you focus on one avenue, then you're able to get up through the tiers faster and easier and be able to make more profit by crafting higher tier of items. And also, when you focus on one area or one type of item, then you can really focus in your ascensions. So when you ascend an item, like the amount of stars goes up, and when you get more stars, it makes things more profitable and better for that. So like really focusing on clothes, for example, for me, I'm able to surcharge them easier. I'm able to multi-craft them. So 5% of the time I get a free item, which is awesome, and the profit is just so much higher, and the quality chance, so the chance that I craft legendaries and rares and stuff is a lot higher. So keeping a focus on just a few streams of items is really important, but you just got to make sure that the resource types in crafting those isn't overlapping, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, just check out different guides that I've made, and it explains the different types of resources and how to make sure that they're not overlapping and stuff. Oh, that's true. Everyone's playing and watching at the same time, so that makes sense. J-Bards, yeah, man. I mean, okay, so chest plates and bows, let's look. He says he's been focusing on these two. Should he stick with it or go to something else? So chest plate and bow, which I already have here. Screw it, I'll just show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So if you look at these two, one uses stone, one uses wood, one uses steel, one uses ironwood. They both use red. So there's no overlap, and those are two great choices. And when you have this ascended, it uses 3 less of the tier 3 resources. So this will be 10 and 7. So that's a good split. And then it's kind of up to you what you want to add. So let's say you have wood and steel. So you could do this. You could add this and this. So there you go. Oh, never mind. I messed up. 1 sec. What am I looking for? Leather. There we go. Okay, so here you go. You've got 4 different types of tier 1 resources, 4 different types of tier 2 resources. You've got 2 blue and 2 red. So this is like a perfect balance between 4 resource types and 2 different tier 3 resources. Another option that you could do, let's say, so we need herbs and leather. So this is what I have. So you could also add this and this. Boom. So that could be your rotation. You've still got the same thing, 2 blue, 2 red, nothing overlapping. It's perfect. So as long as you don't have overlap, dude, that's a great rotation, and that'll be great for late game. You just got to make sure they don't overlap and just stick to it, and yeah, it'll be great for sure. I find it funny because I think other people who stream are pretty much only getting questions about like heroes and builds and quests and like all that kind of stuff, but I know that that's not my game. It's not my specialty. It's not what I know a lot about. So all of mine are like about net worth and about crafting and about money making and all that stuff. It's just funny because everyone plays differently and there's no correct way. There's nothing that's better than another. So it's cool because not one way is correct or better, but we all play differently and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just cool. I like it. Yeah, okay, Stickle, let me give you an example for gold making or gem making. You ready for this? I'm gonna show you what's up. Okay, so he was talking about limestone chests and that he sells them for $1 million. Stop. Don't do that anymore. Bad boy. Don't sell them for gold. Let me show you why. Okay, so you go to market, you go to chests. So right now they're selling for 7 gems. 2 days ago they were selling for 9 gems. So let's say after tax you can get 7 gems out of it, which you probably can if you're just patient. So you get 7 gems out of it. Let's go over here to, let's say, just because I know prices, I'll do this one just so that you can see it. Okay, so these blue boots, you can buy them for 11 gems. So let's put it this way. If you sell 2 chests and you get 11 gems out of it, which is easy, you should be able to get 14 gems. But even if you only get 11 gems out of 2 chests, which is an odd number, I get it. It's not going to work. You then buy this and you sell it for 5.7 million. Even after tax, you're getting 5 million back. You see what I'm saying? You're getting 500K per gem instead of 200K per gem. And then you could take that 5 million and you could go buy other items that are cheaper and sell them for gems and be making a whole lot more. Where you just selling it for $1 million just because you're getting a quick mill doesn't make sense. Get the gems out of it, buy items like this for 11 gems, sell for 5.7 million, and then you're making 500K per gem instead of 200K per gem. You know what I mean? So for you to be able to be selling chests for gold right now doesn't make any sense, because if I see those up for $1 million, I will buy those all day, every day. Like if I saw enough chests up right now, I would legitimately spend $1 billion on them right now and transfer them into gems if there was any on the market. But the reason that there's none is because everyone wants to do that because it's a good deal. You know what I mean? Yeah, with 1500 energy, dude, you should not be selling tier 9s. It's going to be so slow, and in the end, the amount of items that you have to discount just to get to the amount of energy, you're going to be losing money on that like crazy. It's just not worth it, dude. Sell them on market now. Buy up tier 6s and 7s and sell those. It just makes way more sense for the amount. Okay. So Dana says I'll donate you the $14 a month for Roll Merchant. Dude, that would be crazy. Oh, so funny. Honestly, dude, I would consider just getting Royal Merchant. I would consider it. Oh, so Aikachi draws. I'm saying your name wrong, dude. I'm sorry. He says he's talked to me on Discord, but you guys have different names on Discord than you do here, so I don't know who's who. You gotta let me know. Actually, Light, you're right, dude. So if you have enough Ascension shards, it actually makes sense to like do this, go to Ascensions, and see how I have like 3 or 0 stars on so much stuff. If you have the shards, I think it actually makes sense to go through and get 15 stars on all of these things, and then specialize if you're pay to play. Yeah, I think you're right, dude. That makes sense. Because then you're able to sell so much more efficiently, it makes sense, but I mean, if you're free to play, don't do it. That's a horrible idea. But look at this. I have I have almost 1,400 shards right now. So basically, I'm just chilling out. Like, my setup works right now. I'm happy with it, whatever. All the items that I craft are fully ascended, so I don't care. But eventually, when tier 10 comes out, who knows when that's going to be. I want to use these to ascend those. And then we'll see, like, let's say one of the free-to-play tier 10s makes so much more sense for me to craft than something else. I might use these to, like, ascend that whole line up to 27 because I like it better. Like, I'm just leaving options open to me. And if not, like, let's look at how much a line would take to get to 15 stars. So let's say swords, I don't have any. So 5, so 15, 30, 60, 90. So 135. So, and I have 1380. So essentially I could do 10 of these right now. Dude, I could ascend 10 more of these right now? Hold on, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So left I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if I didn't ascend any elements or spirits, I would only have 6 left. Dude, that's crazy. I never thought of that before. If tier 10 takes any longer, I'm just gonna freaking do that. What the heck? That's so crazy. If I get 600 more shards, I could legitimately ascend everything to 15 stars. Dude, I've just been holding out for so long now. Like months, not spending any. That's so crazy. Alright, well, why do I refuse people? It's only in this situation. Because I have max energy, and each small talk that's successful, I can surcharge. If something fails, I just tell them to go away because I don't get anything out of it. But if I were you and I was trying to get through items quickly, or I don't know, there's different situations and you have to calculate how many items that you're discounting to get to a certain energy threshold to sell an item. For me, it doesn't make sense because look, well, it doesn't make sense with one guy, but anyway. Generally, when I had lower energy, I would try not to refuse anyone and just save that guy and be able to use him for a discounted item if I needed like an extra 100 energy or something to surcharge. So it kind of depends on your situation. It's just that I want to surcharge everyone who comes in. But like this guy, it backfired. And I'm not going to sell for 1.1 million because I'm losing so much money. So I just tell him to go away and try the next one. And if you know what I mean? So for my situation, it doesn't make sense to do anything else. But anyway. Until what point should I wait to expand the shop with gems? Man, it's so hard. Like, people ask me these types of questions all the time, but I don't know because back in the day when I was doing it, I could get a gem for like 30 to 50k easy. Like, tier 7 enchantments that are worth 260k were selling for like 9 to 11 gems. No joke. And now they sell for 2 gems. So for me, it was like not as big of a deal to figure out where the threshold was between expands with gems and gold. I would say wait as long as you can. But if you just hit like, let's say level 50 or 52 and just bought the next shop expand with gold and you have the gems to do another one, I would say it's worth it to just do it with gems, because eventually you're going to be switching to gems anyway. Like, you're not going to wait till level 80 to get your 9th expand. So it's kind of like hold off as long as you can till maybe the level 50 mark or something, get it with gold, and then you can just start using gems to get the next one, you know? I think it just makes more sense that way. I mean, it's tough for free to play, you got to figure it out, but once I do the gem guide, and if you can get your gem count up quicker, then it might be a little bit more feasible. But I don't know, man. The game has changed so much since I was down at that level that it's just really hard for me to put input into it. But maybe if I do the Your Shop series, then I'll be able to speak into it better when I can see things. Dana, why do you think I could make more net worth being royal? Because I feel like it doesn't change anything. Like, it's the same amount. I guess my profit would be more, my investments would be more, my benefits would be more, but I don't know if net worth would be any more. Would it? I don't know. Yeah, man, I'm excited for it. It's gonna be so fun doing your shop. Yo, if there's any of you guys who are interested in being in one of those episodes, like, I'll talk about it in a video that I release for sure. But even now, if you're interested in being in one of those videos and we look at your shop and you can ask questions and stuff, then let me know and we'll start setting that up soon. That'd be sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think net worth would, but yeah, for sure, man. I would be making so much more money with Royal Merchant. It would be crazy. Like, do you really want to be in it? Let's go, man. That'd be fun. Yeah, that's true. Like, once I get Royal, that's the thing. I'm going to want to, like, deck out my heroes. So it's probably going to cost a lot. I don't know. I'm going to want to, like, at least get, like, blue or purple gear on all my heroes if I get Royal, because then I can just repair them. So it might actually end up costing me more. Yeah, it sounds like lots of you guys want to in. Okay, cool. Message me on Discord, guys. For real, just add me as a friend or whatever. Message me, and I'll make a list and we'll set this up. It's gonna be so fun. Yeah, for sure. It would cost me more, but it would be much more enjoyable. Eggy Pie, there's 2 reasons why people are going to have a higher invest than net worth. One is because they're crafting, but they're only selling on market, so they're getting gold from their market and not from selling in their shop, which, I mean, people play different ways. It's fine. And the other one is that potentially, if they have, let's say, a lot invested in Town Hall or something, they could be doing that with gems. Because once you get to a certain point, you can get, you know, 200k or 400k per gem invested, like when your ticks are more expensive. And so some people will have like a really high investment and not as much net worth because they just don't play a ton in terms of selling, but they'll play market a lot. They'll sell their items on market and they'll invest gems. So, I mean, it's just on how you play, really. Sharuki, what's up? Good to see you, man. Yeah, for sure. Any in-game goals right now besides net worth? Okay, sorry, just reading some stuff. Yeah, so in-game goals, basically 2 days ago I dropped 100 or 1.5 billion and 7k gems on 6 new heroes. So I unlocked all the rest of the slots, and then I re-rolled 120 or 130 heroes for 5 mil a piece. So you do the math on that. It's way too much, hundreds of millions, just to get decent skills. And so I have 4 level 20 heroes or level 19. Yeah, all level 20 now. And then I have 2 level 27 heroes, which have 2 epic skills each, which I'm going to be decking them all. Like these 2 guys and my Astromaster, I'm going to be decking out in Legendary. And then those are going to be like my primary, like, killing stuff heroes for events and stuff. So I want to deck them out, reroll some of their skills, and only use repair kits, obviously, on their equipment when it breaks, so I'll be saving my repair kits. So that's kind of like my main goal, level them up, reroll some skills, that sort of thing. I'm excited to hit the 200 billion net worth mark. And then my next main goal that I'm working on is investing $1 billion in every tower. So if you look at all of these towers, I pretty much have 800 million in every tower, like 802. If you go through every single one of these, other than 5 of them, I have 800 mil or a little bit more. So my next goal is to get $1 billion in every tower, which I should be able to do within the next week or so. And then other than heroes net worth investing, just kind of working on some video ideas, some new kind of motivation that I have on some different things. And other than that, in game, it's not a ton, man. I'm excited to get into heroes a bit more. And yeah, that's kind of it right now. I've been doing a lot of stuff with market, trying to figure out how to make gems faster, because some of my methods are slowing down a bit. Because I had 18k gems 2 days ago. So might focus on getting gem count up a bit too, just in case. That's kind of it, man. It's been pretty chill. Oh, huge goal that I have, guys. Huge goal. You ready? So exciting. You ready? I am trying to get the last pedigree for unicorn because it looks sick. I know. It's crazy. That's it. Wow. That was so exciting. Hope you guys love that. That's why I only have unicorns out. Only because I want the last skin. And I need to feed them 100 times. Quadrillions. Yes. That's right. Love it. Okay, cool. I don't have Discord open right now just because it slows down my computer because all I have is an air. And so it just gets even hotter and sometimes skips and whatever. So just, yeah, anyway, I'll check later, but that's sweet. Yeah, there's lots of things going on. Honestly, dude, I really want to get top 10 here. Oh, somebody else logged in. Frick. Okay. Yeah, I'm down to 13th. So I really want to get top 10, but man, it's like so far away. This guy in 11th is so fast, man. I was within 500 mil 2 days ago, and he ripped up like 4 billion in like 2 days. So he plays a ton, and then these other guys are just so fast. So I don't know. Eventually, I want to get top 10, but I've never got close, but not like close, you know? So that's also a goal, but we'll see if that'll ever happen or not, or if there's just people who play more than me and I can't keep up. We'll see. I donate to help, but you're free to play, so I'm confused. Me too, dude. I didn't set it up. I didn't ask. People were asking if I have donations set up. I said no. So anyway, whatever. People wanted to, so yeah, we'll figure it out. And they were talking about donating enough so that I can get Royal Merchant, because apparently I'm just that poor in real life that I can't afford $13 a month. So it's just more of a joke right now than anything, but hey, we'll set it up eventually. It's all good. No, all the pets have the exact same energy feedback. They all give you the same energy. It just depends on what level. And also, you can switch what type of pet you have at any time with no interruptions. Like XP doesn't change, their level doesn't change, their feeding doesn't change, like nothing. I can change this to a dog and it's still level 19. Like it literally doesn't matter at all. You can just switch them whenever you want. It's just each slot has its own experience associated with it, but all the pets give you the same amount. It's just based on their level. So pretty cut and dry on that one. Yeah, I'm sure the creators would really appreciate my $13 a month. Well, boys, I think that's going to be it for me today. We went about half hour more than I thought, but it's all good. It was fun hanging out. We're going to try to start again next week, same time, as long as everything goes well, but I'll let you know in a video and post to multiple Discords and let you guys know what's going on. But anyway, hopefully we'll see you next Friday, same time at server reset, and I'll be posting vids hopefully most days this week. And if you guys have questions or need anything or whatever, I'm around and happy to help where I can. So awesome. Thanks, guys. See you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Love it. Have a good night. Appreciate it.